Disclaimer. Hey.
What is up, guys? Welcome back to another I think this is episode 3 of my medicated diaries. I'm so happy right now because usually they're doing yard work on Tuesdays, and today they're not over here on my section of the woods quite yet, so I just decided to come out here, talk to you guys. I'm a little manic, so I'm trying to alright, and I thought what better way to do that than out here. Please, YouTube, do not block me. I am wearing clothes, okay? I am wearing clothes. Please don't. It's really hot out here. Let's get into today's thing that's been on my mind. So for those of you that may not know, my birthday is coming up and I am turning 26. Okay, turning 26, and this is the first year in a long time that I actually have not been upset about aging. Like, it's really interesting how we as women think we got this mortality clock thing going on, and these societal expectations of what we should be doing and shouldn't be doing at a certain age. And like, I don't know, this year just feels very freeing to me. Yeah, I'm going to be talking about coming of age, dealing with your inner child, inner teen, and stuff like that. Mainly me, though. Like, I'm not about to be teaching anybody anything. I'm emphasis on diaries. I think I'm gonna do one video on the inner child and then one on my inner teen type of thing, just to make it not as lengthy and not as rambly. So here, I'm gonna spark my blunt and we can get this started. One thing I really liked about getting older is freaking developing, bitch. I used to have no titties. Now look at me. Sorry, that was pretty vain. But hey, I mean, elephant in the room, right? So what made me even want to talk about this is I did get some comments on my last video talking about inner child and stuff like that, but what really made me want to talk about this is I found an old box with all of these pictures from my childhood and then pictures that I took when I was a teenager. So I'm gonna start with my inner teen, because for me personally that was a little bit more familiar for me to identify with. I always see people online saying that they have a really hard time connecting with their inner teen. That has always been very easy for me. I pretty much kind of based my whole young adulthood on the dreams of my inner teen, like, and yeah, like, I mean, down to like everything that I wanted to do, like the things that I used to get on Pinterest, the things I used to pin on Pinterest, the things that I used to want, like record players. And I'm gonna put this out for a second because I feel like I always do this. I don't know if y'all peep, but I always like smoke the whole damn thing before I start talking. Yeah, like I pretty much just got all the things that my inner teen wanted, you know. So I thought, right? And yeah, I really thought that I did for a long time until I really had to be real with myself. My inner teen liked to turn up, girl. My inner teen liked to turn up. Like, let's keep it real. My inner teen was that Gemini. Like, yeah. And even though I may have, and then I realized I low-key was, and not trying to get too deep, girl, but I low-key realized my parenting style of my inner teen was very similar to my own mother's, i.e. clothing, feeding, materialistic, like making sure the material needs are met, but not really making sure my emotional needs were met, or my play, you know, my playtime. Like, I never scheduled playtime for myself. And you know, I have grown. I'm not a teenager anymore, so my definition of a good party has changed. But damn, bitch, turn up, right? And I really want to celebrate my inner teen. It's been 10 years, honestly. I turned 26. Will be my 10-year anniversary of when I even tried weed for the first time. Like, and when I went to my first party, and like, if you guys go on my playlist, my storytime playlist of me talking about my coming of age and my adolescence, like, I don't know. I just feel like I owe her. Like, I just feel like I owe her. But I also owe her no self-destruction, right? Like, that's where I'm like, I want to step in and be that balance of remember, go back to episode 1, talk about balance, why it's so important, right? But yeah, so I would see when I opened that box and I saw all those pictures of my inner teen, and like just seeing the different things other than just the party, like, you know, other things, like how I said the hula hooping, like little things that I forgot. I was like, oh yeah, I did do other things than just numb myself with raves and drugs and shit, right? And all that bullshit, right? I don't know. It's I can see why people say it's difficult, but for me, I always kind of knew. But if anything, I kind of had to check myself on how I was parenting that teen, right? And realize I was doing it in the same style that my mom did me, and it just wasn't doing any good, right? Basic bitch moment, but you know what? I don't care, because there might be someone out in the world who does not even know what I'm talking about. So here, let me drop you a gem real quick. If you haven't already, I'm gonna need you to pick this up. Okay, I'm gonna need you to pick this up. If you relate to what I'm saying, go ahead and screenshot it. You've probably seen the book everywhere. I have, and that's why I was like, but no, like it makes a lot of sense, girl. It makes a lot of sense. It makes you kind of like look at yourself in a different way and realize the way that you handle multiple relationships in life usually start in the home. Doesn't mean you can blame everything on your parents, girl, because my mom didn't tell me to go out at that rave. And you get what I'm saying? Like, my mom didn't, girl. So you can't blame everything on your parents and shit, but it makes more sense. Like astrology, you know, astrology is a blueprint to our personality and navigating relationships in that way. It's the same thing. I mean, the mind is a very complex muscle, very complex organ. Like, you'd be surprised, bro. You'd be surprised. So yeah, I'll be talking more about the inner child stuff in my next one, because that was difficult for me. That was very difficult for me, because I do have CPTSD, childhood PTSD, as well as PTSD from some shit that happened in my teens. But yeah, bro, when you do have childhood PTSD, it is really hard to remember little things that used to make you happy as a child. So that was really hard for me. Like, I don't know if you guys even noticed in my episode 1 of my med diaries, I kind of went blank when I was thinking, like, what does my inner child like to do again? Like, I just be going blank, girl. It happens. But I finally got to a point where I do know what she likes, and I spent a lot of time trying to figure her out. I spent all last year trying to figure her out. My inner teen was just like a piece of cake, so I knew that was what I needed to, and it was rough. It was really rough. And I have figured out that the root of my anxiety and stuff was the lack of acknowledging that part in myself. So yeah, bro, I don't know. That's pretty much all I gotta say about the inner teen stuff, and then I'm gonna do the inner child shit in the next video, I guess. But yeah, if your birthday is coming up, happy birthday, happy Gemini season. And if you're scared of getting older, do not be scared of becoming an elder. I'm not. I can't wait to be fine and grown, and it is what it is. Thank you guys so much for coming back to another one of these, and yeah, I might change up the scenery next time. I don't know. But yeah, I will talk to you guys later. Peace. Thanks so much. Bye bye. Make sure you like this video. Peace.